In the early 2000s, Providence was really becoming a hotbed for new development, and out-of-state developers were becoming interested in all of the older mill stock that we had available. And so I just saw that the changes were going to keep coming, and I decided that that was time to start at least taking photos and documenting what we were losing, what was changing, and along the way started to pick up some of the history that made these places really interesting to me. Usually if something comes up in the news, if it's being considered for demolition, that will make me want to fast track that and put that onto the site. But really I'm starting to become a completionist. I want to make sure I've gone through all of the lists that are already provided, the documentation that's out there, and provide an update as much as I can. And contextualize that, but also make that accessible to folks. A lot of these documents are harder to find, or they're things that really historians are only interested in, so I enjoy taking those kinds of things and making more of a synopsis, making them more digestible and accessible if someone wants to read the entire story.
For the preservation community, ArtInRuins and Jay's work are critically important. He has been a tireless documentarian of historic industrial resources throughout the state of Rhode Island, and his photography, his research, his posting a bibliography, all those things have been a treasure, like a library for people in the community as well as the professionals that are trying to save these places.
I've been going back and forth to his site for now 20-some years, and each time I'm really amazed by what I find there. Not only is the level of documentation that he's doing just risen, and he's got links to maps and he's got links to photographs, and he's finding troves of photographs that I'd never seen before. So I know that when I'm interested in a place, one of the places I need to check out first is ArtInRuins.
It's interesting to me that with the internet being what it is, that all of the comments and anecdotes that I collect so far have been really positive and really more about the places that someone remembers, the things that they did there, all the way from kids who remember a skate facility inside one of these big cavernous spaces, or the factory workers who used to work there. It's really nice to see those stories and see that kind of humanity brought into the overall story for these places, because I feel like that's what a lot of historic documentation tends to be missing. In my online persona, I tend to use the royal we because I want to realize and recognize that I am piggybacking on a lot of work that other historians have done. I'm adding my voice to it for sure, but I think the collective is a means to try to say that this is not my work alone. This is the work that a lot of people have already done, and I'm just trying to make it a lot more accessible to those that are interested in it.